Peterbilt, huh?
Nothing heard. Any relays? Okay, well, we're going to start out here. We're going to pick up N6 YDP. And why I wrote that down like that, I do not know. I will change that. N6 YDP. There you go, Paisan. Sorry about that. Got you down. N6 YDP will start us out. Pass it on to Paul. Kilo Bravo 7, Fox Golf November. Fox Golf November will take it to, well, let's just take it back to the top of the list. See if you can pick up WD9DWD if you can. If not, I'll pass over to Bob, N3KLW. KLW is Tri-10 again at KD6HNN. HNN got you KD7QDL. QDL to Victor Alpha 7 Delta Lima Charlie. Delta Lima Charlie to KK6RPX. And then he will bring it back to them. So N6 YDP. Good morning, Paisan. Take it away.
CW7CPG, N6 YDP. Good morning, Jim. Great signal. Coming in here to Gardnerville. So we got rain mostly all last night. With sunshine and brightly. He's out there doing laps in the front yard. So at least, you know, the perimeter is clear. But we'll go ahead and check out the neighborhood a little later on today. Just want to say good morning to all on my first cup of coffee. Well, no, really, on my second. Did a little ADB to work. Got some buddies up on 3995. I talk to them sometimes and say good morning before I head here to see my other buddies. So N6 YDP over WB7 FGN. Good morning, Paul.
Hey, Paisan, I can hear you direct as usual, not as strong as usual. Usually you're F9 plus, but today you're only S5 or 6, but I hear you direct anyway. Jim, I heard UNC say 7-3 about the time you got, I was trying to find you on Utah, that didn't work, so I went to KFS Half Moon Bay and found you. But anyway, UNC, I heard him break in there after Sun City Bob couldn't get HNN. I just heard UNC say 7-3. So anyway, he decided he wasn't going to stick around, it looks like, and I see he kicked out online on the aim window also. Anyway, 47 degrees right now around here, going up to 69. I got a 40% chance of rain, and boy, do I hope it rains. It's way overdue. Anyway, I'm hearing you on KFS. There I am. I'm even on KFS, pounding it. I'm not sure about you, so I can't switch back and forth in that way. Anyway, I will pass it on. WD92, WD92. Over to you, Tom, the younger.
John, you in there?
Okay, Jim. DWD was fairly strong in there. I don't know what happened. Maybe he went somewhere else. Who knows? Anyway, good morning, all. Some signals have come up, so that's good. And the solar report doesn't sound so great. And we've got some high solar wind that's going on, but I think it was worse a little while ago. So anyway, my amp's putting out close to 600 watts right now, so that's about all I can do out of this thing now with the tube. I think it's got a little bit of straining going on in the tube. It's over 3.5 years old. One day I'll have to replace the tube. I'll just swing by over at Mark's house when he's not looking and steal his tube. I think those tubes are about $450, but they're nice and strong. And the amp that's above this one, 1,000-watt amp, they use just the same one tube. I guess they got a few other electronic parts inside that baby. Anyway, I'm going to say 73 is a good net, and we'll be hanging around for the early bird net. Hope the signals come up even more. And I don't think HNN is in there yet. I'll swing it over to KD7QDL to Joe. 73.
Night, Omar.
Let's see, DWD, if you're back, why don't you jump in for a second and then
Oh, I didn't mean to jump in and steal the show for a minute. I just wanted Mark to know I can hear him. Yeah, I was up on 80 meters for a little while, where conditions are outstanding. But anyway, hey, good morning, Jonathan and Mark and Joe. I heard you a little bit ago, so, and whoever else is out here that wasn't here. How long has it been since I've been gone? 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Anyway, good morning, everybody. We're getting a little bit of rain up here right now. It's very little, very light, I should say, but hey, it's wet, so that's all that counts. So anyway, thank you, Jonathan, for pulling me in here. Conditions are so much better than they were. It's kind of nice to be back, so to speak. So Jonathan, take it away then. I'll go ahead and say 73 as well. KK6RPX, WD9DWD.
Yeah, thank you there, Don. Glad you are back, my friend. You're sounding pretty good here in Little River, California. Mark came up real good.
Mark, I went to Victor Alpha 7 Delta Lima Charlie.com. It redirected me to YouTube, and now my internet connection is out. So at some point I'll check out what the heck you're talking about there. And let's see, I guess that's really most of the excitement from here. I'm going to go over to the Albion QTH and work on figuring out what is not working with that battery pack of 21700 cells that I made the other day, and hopefully get that working. I got another BMS and all of that. Want to get that working. That'll give me something to do today. Unfortunately, I have I got to do a 3-day shift instead of the usual 48 hours, starting on on Sunday. One of my guys is in the hospital, and we got things going on at work. So anyway, that's the excitement from here. So I am, let's see, let me just double check, but I believe you said I'm the caboose, and I should pass it back to you there, Jim. So that's what I'm going to do. W7CPT, KK6RPX, back to you.
They actually sell a power supply battery backup thing that just specifically built for the Mini, and it plugs right into that B that where the kickstand goes, and it's pretty cool. If I remember and find that information again, I'll send it to you. At any rate, N6 YDP, well, let me see first if there's anybody else out there. We're 26 minutes after getting ready to go on the 7-3 round, so anybody else want to check in, come now. Whiskey after 9, Kilo India Whiskey. Roger, Roger. Well, I probably still got it wrong, but Steve, when you take the turn, give me your call one more time, and I got down WA9 EK, or that's what I did. It should be EIW, I think. At any rate, I'll get it. So hang on just a second. Well, no, I better get going. WA9 EIW W7CPT. When you're done, pass it on to your KK6 or N6 YDP, YDP to KB7 FGN, FGN to Kilo Alpha 7 Papa Whiskey November, and then Papa Whiskey November to KK6 RPX, all for a 7-3 round. So Kilo, no, now I lost your call. Kilo Bravo 9, go ahead and take a turn.
I think there might be a little rain later today. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Conditions on the band were long yesterday. I couldn't even bring up to 40 meters direct for some folks unless they were out of the area. But good to hear you all in here, and I'll pass it on to the next gentleman, WA9EIW 73.
N6 YDP 73 round.
7-3, sorry about that. Went to go grab a cup of coffee. Does it go over to FGN there, Jim?
KK6 RPX for 7-3, and we'll close the round today. So, KB7 FGN.
So, okay, Jim, thanks. Got you on KFN. Good. Let's see, we're all playing late into the party. KB7 FGN, over to KK7 Papa Whiskey November, 7-3 round.
Roger, can hear you direct. Good morning, everybody. Kilo Alpha 7 Papa Whiskey November, and 7-3s, everybody. We'll turn it into KK6 RPX.
Yeah, I couldn't really hear Ben in there. Thanks for the net, Jim. 7-3, everybody. And we'll catch you again tomorrow. KK6 RPX, back to you, Jim.
Roger. The KB6HKN, everybody, and say 7-3 for the Cracker Barrel net. And we're going to pass it over to Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike. That's right down in Escondido, California. And good morning, everyone's going.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jim.
and everybody on the Cracker Barrel 73 to you. Sounds like we're going to fight some band conditions again this morning, but we'll get through it. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike. Rick here in Escondido, very overcast Escondido, California. And this is the Early Bird Net. The Early Bird Net meets every day on this frequency, 7185.5 kilohertz. And we are a family-friendly net. We are open to anyone with a general class and above. All topics on the table, except we do discourage politics for obvious reasons. Let's see, we take check-ins by state, the region, or province. It's a rotating list that works well that way as well. No one's always first, no one's always last. And let's see, I think I've covered everything. I will take check-ins and everybody give their call sign, and I will put you on the list, and then we go back through the list, and everybody gets a chance to tell us what's happening in their neighborhood. Anyway, so I do a question on Saturdays. It is this is going to be an easy one today. Did you watch the splashdown yesterday? A friend of mine was over working on a patio table that she broke, and I had to stop her about 10 minutes before the splashdown so we could actually watch it. So that was kind of fun. Anyway, so I will ask the question at the end of the check-in list as well. So today's probably going to be a bit challenging. We're going to need relays. We're going to need the SDR, which I should have up here on the screen, if I can find it. There it is. And so let's get rolling here. Again, Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike is the call. Rick in Escondido, California. So first up this morning, I'm going to take check-ins from California only on the radio.
BH7 Cold Duck.
Bravo Whiskey.
Kilo 6, Romeo Papa X-ray.
Whiskey Alpha 6, November Echo Alpha.
All right, very short list. Cold Duck, RPX, and NEA, November Echo Alpha. We got you. Good strong signals too. Maybe the band has shifted. So I'm going to go to the SDR. Utah, that is. California only. Kilo 6, Golf Bravo Whiskey. All right, Brian, we have you, Golf Bravo Whiskey. I'm going to add in the state of Idaho on the radio.
N7 TSQ, sorry I missed California.
Okay, DWD, Don, we got you, and there was one that said California. So yeah, California and or Idaho, and I'm going back to the SDR. The other station was quite weak.
November 7, Tango Sierra, Quebec. Good morning, Rick.
All right, Joe, TSQ, we got you. That kind of rhymed, didn't it? California, Idaho, still on the SDR. Not sure, there was a very weak one. Did somebody copy that station? All right, maybe we'll pick them up at the end here. The band is already shifting quite nicely. Montana, Nevada, and Wyoming on the radio.
Romeo Tango Victor.
November 6, Yankee Delta Papa.
Whiskey 7 Charlie, Papa Tango. Romeo Delta.
Alpha Bravo 7, Whiskey Echo.
with me. The frog is showing its ugly head this morning already. RTV, YDP, CPT, in and out. Thanks, Jim, 73. BRD, Whiskey Echo, and Gulf Mike. Just for the heck of it, Montana, Nevada, Wyoming on the Utah SDR.
KD7 QDL.
Gulf November, Wyoming.
All right, I got 2 that time, QDL and Foxtrot. I believe it's Foxtrot Gulf November. All I heard was Gulf November. Let's see, where are you up here? Man, I had you written down. Yeah, Gulf November. Come back again, please.
Yeah, I'm hearing you direct, Rick. Kilo Bravo 7 Foxtrot Gulf November, 57 FGN Paul in Wyoming.
All right, very good. I got you. Thank you, FGN. Kind of thought that was you. Let's see. Let me stay on the. Let me read who I have again here for the whole list of Montana, Nevada, Wyoming. RTV, YDP, CPT in and out, BRD, Whiskey Echo, Gulf Mike, QDL, and FGN. Going back to the SDR for Montana, Nevada, Wyoming. Oregon and Utah, listening direct.
Charlie, Zulu, India.
KK7, uniform, Zulu, Lima.
India.
Kilo Alpha 7, Papa Whiskey November. I'll be listening here. Bay.Dot make the 73 round, Jim. All right, Rick.
All right, a little weaker on that batch here. I got CZI, UZL, DLI, and Papa Whiskey November. And I think there might have been another one in there. PWN, did you have a comment? Go ahead.
Roger, yeah, it's Saturday. I may not be here for 73 round. We'll see how it goes.
All right, man. Thank you. Yeah, there may, well, we'll see. It might be a quick one today. Thank you for that. Okay, CZI, UZL, DLI, PWN. Anybody else, Oregon, Utah, on the SDR? Washington State, listening direct.
Kilo 7, Kilo Romeo Tango.
Alpha Golf 7, Echo Romeo. Alpha India 7, Papa Lima.
All right, I got Echo Romeo and Papa Lima. I think there was another one. Try it again.
Kilo 7, Kilo Romeo Tango.
All right, Curtis. Just over the noise here, but I got your KRT. Washington State listening on the SDR. Of course, relays are always welcome. I don't think I need to say that, but relays are always welcome as well. Stations east of the 7 call region.
Whiskey 6, Bravo Whiskey Sierra.
All right, Al, very good. Thank you for that, BWS. East, stand by, east of the 7 call region on the SDR. Arizona, British Columbia, on the radio.
Victor Alpha 7, Delta Lima Charlie.
November 3, Kilo Lima Whiskey.
Whiskey 0, Romeo, Sierra, Romeo.
Wow, the the band really has shifted. When I tuned in, I couldn't hear the Arizona stations hardly at all. DLC, KLW, and RSR. Beautiful signals from all three of you. Web SDR, just for the heck of it, for Arizona, British Columbia. All right, well, that concludes the official list. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike. Rick here in Escondido, California. Early Bird Net here. Question again is, did you watch the splashdown? Did you pick up later on with the news reports afterwards? The thing I thought was kind of cool is one of the stations had Charlie Duke on there, one of the original Apollo astronauts, and he had some interesting comments. Anyway, Big Red Letter Day. The Plymouth in my front yard is going away today. I know this may not sound like a big deal, but I'm so happy. Anyway, I got to haul it off myself, but I'm getting rid of it today. It's going to the muffler shop. Again, WB6NTM, Early Bird Net, anybody, anywhere, or anyone I may have missed. Boy, it's a super weak one. Anybody got a relay? Did somebody relay that? Maybe that's not for us. Now let's get rolling here. Jim, pole position this morning, WH7CD. We need somebody like you with a dry April for Formula One.
QSL, WH7 Cold Duck. Yep, I like the pole position, especially today because I'm going to be a one-time only. Getting the boat ready for the parade today, which will probably be in a little bit of sprinkly rain, but hey, what the heck. The margaritas are cold and the Bloody Marys to start it off, and it may end up being more than a 3-hour tour. Okay, yep, we watched the splashdown, and what I noticed, I was married the day before Armstrong walked on the moon, so our honeymoon ended up being back at the family TV watching the one step onto the moon. Anyhow, I was amazed at how the quality of the cameras. They're taking shots of the capsule coming back 100,000 feet in the air. Fantastic shots up above 10,000 feet. And, of course, I had to quirk to my buddies. We were on an all-star net at the time that I wonder, the other guy's a B-52 pilot. I wondered if they adhered to the 250-mile-per-hour speed limit when they passed through 10,000 feet. Anyhow, it was pretty spectacular. But I have to say that I got an email this morning, a spoof, and it's the greatest one I've seen in a long time. It was a picture of the astronaut getting out of the capsule with the rubber boat, and instead of the Navy divers, it was filled with the apes and orangutans from Planet of the Apes. The caption was it real? Back to you, Rick. WH7 Cold Duck.
All right, I've seen that one too. Very good, Jim. I've also seen Alice Cramden up there too as well. So that one's an long old joke there. So 73, Jim, and thank you for being here. Jonathan, KK6RPX, over to you.
Oh, well, good morning, Rick, and good signals from you. The band's all right within California anyway. And to answer your question, yes, indeed, we watched the Artemis coverage, both launch and landing, and, followed it along the way. Really enjoyed the pictures that they took of the Apollo 11 landing site, which are by far the best that have ever been taken. I mean, you can see the flag, you can see the lunar module, absolutely awesome. So take that, you flat earthers out there. And let's see, it was pretty funny when they were having comms issues after splashdown. They couldn't talk to the boats right there. You know, I was yelling at the screen like, all you need is a couple of bull fangs, for God's sake. Although the truth is, of course, that the capsule is like a Faraday cage, right? So it's not like they could have just been talking from inside with an HT. I'm sure that they were having technical issues, but it made me chuckle when Capcom asked the commander if he had pushed the PTT button, which cracked me up. And then also the initial attempt to put the stabilizing ring around the capsule got blown away by the current, and we saw 4 or 5 very strong Navy swimmers trying their hardest to pull that thing back and not succeeding. They had to gather it back up into the boat and go again. But overall, spectacularly well-run mission there. I will say that SpaceX kicked their butts in terms of visuals and excellent visual coverage, camera work. But nonetheless, it was great to see them finally get the helicopters over to the ship there and see those folks back here safely on Earth. Anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here, Rick. Thank you as always for the net. Always fun to do the question thing. I'll be listening as I get ready to move around here. So you have a good one, and we'll catch you soon. WB6 NPM, KK6 RPX, back to you.
All right, Jonathan, very good. Thank you for that. Yeah, I saw them struggling with the currents as well. It's something I guess they couldn't predict. I mean, they landed exactly on time and exactly apparently at the place, although I didn't see an X in the water, but yeah, the currents. Unknowns. Thank you, Jonathan73, and we will catch you next time. Bob, WA6NEA.
Hey, good morning to everybody on the net there. Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike, WA6NEA, and just got back in from our walk, and it's still cloudy here. We got quite a bit of rain last night, and that was good. Got to see the little pond fill up again out there along my walk, so that was cool. Ducks will be happy. And yes, we did. We watched the splashdown. We watched probably about the last 15 minutes before into the splashdown, a little bit after there. So that was kind of cool. Definitely reliving a lot of the old memories from way, way back. And let's see, we also got another thing. We had the steam locomotive. It's a World War II steam locomotive that the Union Pacific parades around, and it's in Roseville for 2 days. We went and visited that yesterday. So we got 2 things out of yesterday, the splashdown and the train. So anyway, we'll kick it back to you guys. We'll see you on the 73 round. WB6 NPM, WA6NEA. There you go, Rick.
Alrighty, Bob, very good. Well, thank you for that. And just as you came on, all of a sudden I got an S9 noise level in the neighborhood here. Not sure what that is, but it's very annoying. Thank you, Bob. Good signal on Utah for sure. Brian, K6 GBW, over to you.
Well, good morning, sir. Good morning to everybody out there. Boy, the bands are absolutely horrible today. Normally, you're coming into me at about 30 over 9, and I can barely hear you on the radio right now. I've been forced to use the Half Moon Bay SDR to make anything at all happen. So, anyway, moving on to your question. Yes, I absolutely watched the splashdown. I'm a huge space fan, and I was watching it. I was very concerned because, the heat shield on that particular spacecraft did not have a great record. But number 3, Artemis 3 is going to have a different heat shield, but we were a bit worried about this one coming down. Obviously, they got through it, and everything's okay. So, anyway, so I'm going to hang out here, and hopefully this band's going to get better. So I'll turn it back to you, and please call me on the 7-3 round if there is one. K6 GBW.
Alrighty, Brian, very good. Yep, beautiful into Utah here. I'm not even using the receiver anymore. It's so doggone noisy all of a sudden. Thank you, Brian. WD9 DWD, Don, over to you.
All right, well, thank you, Rick. WB6 NPM, WD9 DWD. You might have to use the receiver for me because I'm so close to your SDR. I'm probably going right on top of it.
Anyway, we'll find out here in a minute. I'll be the first one in the group so far that says no, we did not watch it. We were busy all day yesterday. We were up to Rexburg, Idaho. And we were on Interstate 15 on our way home. And actually, I forgot about that until I got a notification on my phone about 25 minutes after the fact. So we missed it. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed it. We're getting a little bit of rain up there this morning. Very little, but hey, it's wet, and it's supposed to do this a little bit all day. So maybe before it's done, we will have some significant moisture. Let's hope so. I probably won't be here for the 73 round. I might, so if you have one, but I'll say 73 right now just in case. But back to you, Rick, WD9, DWD.
All right, Don, very good. Yeah, a little bit better on the receiver than the Utah. Right on that. So, thank you very much for that. Joe, N7TS2, over to you.
Propagation is really weird. With that, Rick, I'll send it back to you, and I'll stand by for the 7-3 round. N7TSQ, back to net.
All right, Joe, very good. Wow, as everybody's talking about rain, it started raining out here. Holy smokes. It wasn't forecast last night, but I don't think we got hit. Wow, this is kind of neat. Hopefully the dogs aren't out there at the moment. Although that could damper my getting rid of that doggone car down there, but I don't care. I'll get wet. Thank you, Joe. Steve, KE7RTV, over to you.
Well, thank you, Rick, and good morning, everyone. Yes, I did watch it. I thought it was very, very interesting. There wasn't any one particular thing stood out. Well, maybe there was one thing that stood out to me, and it, the 50 years of technology, the advances in technology has made it a safer, more predictable ride. When Armstrong and Aldrin and what's his name went up, there was quite a bit of doubt whether they, I don't know if there was doubt actually, but concern that he might not make it back, and that the motor might not start and they couldn't get off the moon, things like that. And some of it was TVs, doing it for drama, but with today's digital world, those things can be gone through so much better, so much more thoroughly, and so it was more predictable that things were going to work, and seemed to me anyway. So it just, I was more, as I watched, I was more aware of the passage of time between the two rocket ships. So anyway, I'll stand by for the 7-3 round, Rick, and thank you for being there. It's a really great question, and I'm glad you picked it out. It's nice to hear everybody's thoughts on it. So WB6 NPM. This is Kilo Echo 7 Romeo Tango Victor. I'll be around if there's a 7-3 round.
All right, Steve, just double checking my receiver here. As quickly as I got the S9 noise, it has gone away. So this is great. Maybe the rain has something to do with it. Thank you, Steve. N6 YDP. Rick, over to you.
WB6 NPM N6YDP. You know, Rick, I got a little worried. I normally hear the California stations pretty good, but you're the only one banging in here, buddy. I even ran out with Miss Evie to check maybe one of my antenna legs fell off, but no, everything's there. It's just weird conditions this morning. I think the questions about the last moonshot, I don't know. I found it fascinating. I did watch it for an hour and a half and watch him struggle a little bit to get the guys out, but hey, a little bit of delay, no big deal. That capsule sure was a hell of a lot bigger than what I remember back in the Apollo days, that's for sure. That thing looked pretty good size. Hell, I've seen townhouses smaller than that. But I think my generation was a little spoiled in the 60s to 90s with all the Apollo and Mercury and Space Shuttle. I tell you what, it was always a big event. N6YDP, back to you, buddy.
All right, Rick, 20 over 9 signal. Yeah, they showed a comparison, Apollo capsule size to the Artemis capsule size, and yeah, there's definitely a slight difference, to say the least. Thank you, Rick. K9BRD. Dan, over to you.
Rick, K9BRD here. Take at the wheel. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody out there. A nice start to the day. We got an end to the day yesterday with a big wildland fire just about 20 miles to the southwest of me. And no reports on it. They got that under control. But I sure don't know when people are going to wise up and quit burning after noon, 1 o'clock. It's always windy, and it gets a little worse before sunset. So, anyways, hoping those guys got her done and moving on. And yeah, I really think great things will become of our flights into space and around the moon, and future looks bright that way. I just hope that humanity don't ruin the moon like they have so much of the Earth. So anyway, that's my 2 bits. I'm going to get out here this fine morning and try to save a bit of the Earth and rework some grass spots and finish the final hookup on my dust collector. So anyway, that's the scoop from the bird's nest here. Rick, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you for that. Yep, I turned around, I got 2 wet dogs in the room here. Unfortunately, I have a towel. I got a towel down. Thank you, Dan. Signal here as well. Bill, Alpha Bravo 7, Whiskey Echo.
Yes, we did watch the splashdown yesterday, and it was amazing how they were able to photograph that when it was still quite a ways away. I thought a couple of interesting things I learned about that was that they were able to take their iPhones and they were taking pictures inside the capsule and the Earth and so forth on their iPhones. I'm pretty sure I don't know whether they were all iPhones or whether they were just permitted to have smartphones, but the report I saw said iPhones. The other thing is that they saw 3 or 4 meteors strike the moon while they were up there. You wouldn't think that would happen very often, but I guess it happens often enough. Let's see. It brought back memories of back in the 60s. This would be early stages of the program. When I was in elementary school, we would go to the auditorium and watch the launches. Can't remember whether we saw the splashdowns too or just the launches, but on a black and white TV set up in the auditorium of the school. I will stand by for the 7-3 round and turn it back to you, Rick, Alpha Bravo 7 Whiskey Echo.
All right, Phil, very good. Well, thank you for that. That's two pieces of information I did not know. Thank you for that. John, KG7GM, over to you.
WB 6NPM, Kilo Golf 7 Golf Mike. Good morning, everybody. Haven't checked the weather yet. Down here in the Grotto Band, they call me. Anyway, yes, I watched it. Kind of out of the corner of my eye. I was reading emails at the same time, which the emails was what reminded me to turn on the TV and watch it. So, good. One hand washes the other, I guess. Anyway, it reminded me of back July 20 and 21 of 1969, stationed over in the west part of Germany, and they actually gave us the day off because we weren't up there in the Fulda Gap. We were back there in the Com Z, we called it. So we watched it on TV in the Officers Club bar. And I forget which parts we actually watched, which parts we didn't. But anyway, it was good to be back up there. Kind of interesting. There was a Nobel Prize laureate physicist back in the day, Richard Feynman, who did some videos, and they've got them on YouTube now, and one explaining all the biological reasons why it's going to be hard to go to Mars because of the adjustment to the gravity forces, readjustment back, and probably how do you carry all that fuel over there, or do you make it when you get there, and will the jagged dust in the planet ruin the machines to make the fuel to come back, or what? And so anyway, kind of interesting. I don't know if not a physicist or anything, maybe when Larry gets back on here sometime, he could critique that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough yammering in here, so I'll send it back to you there, Rick. This Kilo Golf 7 Golf Mike.
All right, John, very good. Well, thank you for that as well. Yeah, it's a challenge, for sure. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November, Papa Mike. Rick here in Escondido for ID. And we are up to KD7QDL. Joe, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Rick and all on the net. Yeah, KD7QDL here. I saw the first one. Let's see, where was it? Oh, we were here in Nevada, and we didn't have the best signals. We only had one or two stations, I think it was, that we could pick up, but we did see it, and we still brought the big old console, what was it, 25-inch color box, and I remember back in those days, you always had to adjust everything every time you changed the channel, but that's all we had was two of them, and yeah, it showed it all stem to stern, and in those days, I didn't know much about outer space, but as time went on, I found out about the Van Allen radiation belt, and I kept thinking, how are they going to get through that without radiating themselves? So apparently, they've come up with some kind of solution to that. And this one was that capsule they had there was huge. So that was another thing. The older capsules, they'd only allow you to be so tall and so much weight in order to stick them in there. I remember how small they used to be. As far as going to Mars, from what I've been reading, I think they're going to try to develop some type of atomic energy for their power to get there and back. But all that is in the on the drawing board right now. But other than that, it was both times were pretty unique. Let's see, back then I was 69, 70. I was 19, 18 when it went on, and yeah, it was a unique experience to see all that lot going on back then. And one of the things I saw later on was they said they lost, they had, they taped over all the stuff they had for the original. And I thought, okay, if that was that important, I don't think they'd be doing that, but, you know, who knows what these characters are up to anymore. Back to net, KD7, QDL.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you very much for that as well. Paul, KB7FGN, over to you.
Well, yeah, thank you, Rich. KB7FGN, Paul in Peeville, short for Pavilion, Wyoming. Well, yes, I did watch the splashdown, and of course it brought back memories as a little kid watching it all from day one. Well, of course, I'm a lot younger than some of you old thoughts. FAUGHTS. Note how I spell that, so it's not offensive. Anyway, yeah, as a little kid, I've been watching all of the space travel and whatnot. And so, yeah, it was interesting to me. You know, someone else already mentioned it about all the high-tech stuff, and then their sat phones didn't work. Did you reboot it? Now waiting for a reboot. That's what's funnier than all get out. Anyway, now they know what we go through with satellite TV. It doesn't work half the time. Anyway, I was glad to hear from Bob in Roseville and K86 Code Duck about the Big Boy 4014 comparison of weight and size compared to Artemis 2. Artemis 2 taller than the Statue of Liberty. Well, Big Boy 4014 isn't anywhere near that long or tall. It's only about 72 foot long, and then the tinderbox adds on to that. But what I thought was, in comparison, the weight. The weights are quite similar to what Artemis weighed. 1.2 million pounds for the Big Boy. That's about 600 tons, and Artemis is awful close to that same amount of weight and whatnot. So anyway, big payload. Anyway, nothing else here. I'm going to say 7-3, Rich, and sign clear. WB6 NPM KB7FGN. Oh, I had to make mention of the Big Boy 4014 because it came from Cheyenne on tour to Roseville, and I think it turns around and heads east today or later today or tomorrow. I'm not sure though. I gotta look up the schedule. Anybody wants to find out more info about that, just type in Big Boy 4014 and you'll find out all you need to know about it. Go ahead, Rich.
All right, Paul. Well, thank you for the weight comparison there as well. Yeah, that's a lot of steel. In 73, by the way. Jay, K9CZI.
WB6 NPM K9CZI. Real good, Rick. Nice copy with you on the Utah SDR. It's kind of rough this morning. A lot of the stations I can't hear at all on my receiver, but we're working along fine. I've managed to copy everybody. Let's see. We are about 50 degrees here. Had some rain overnight. A little thunder and lightning last night. So I got to shut all the antennas off as soon as the net's over with today. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Let's see. Yes, we did watch the splashdown yesterday, and I think the kind of the striking thing that caught me was, in addition to the mention of the improved technology, I believe the first capsules had about as much computing power as a handheld calculator, and a lot more obviously now. And they had the nice displays that you could monitor the stuff on. So there's a lot of upgraded, improved technology involved. But the basic concept from start to finish was almost identical to the way it was 50 years ago. They didn't really change much. You know, the same launch, the same approaches to the moon, and getting back, and the whole thing was splashdown and recovery. The whole thing was almost like identical to 50 years ago. So that I found it's kind of interesting. Other areas, it looks like we may finally have the IF filters and everything working in the old SX28. It's coming along and starting to behave like the alignment procedure says it's supposed to behave. So we are making progress there. So anyway, that's about it from here. Oh, by the way, Shelby is off on another activity this morning, so she's not here, obviously. So anyway, back to you, WB6NPM, K9CZI.
All right, Jay, very good. Yeah, I haven't dug out the helicopters yet. The patio table and the car have taken precedence at the moment, so we will get rid of both of those within the next few days. Thank you, Jay. Leon, KK7UZL.
Yeah, good morning, Rick, and the rest of the net. I got to check to see if I'm making Utah, because, I've heard most of the people through Utah. Few people direct, but, and I have heard everybody, which is nice. I'll just say that. Anyway, no, I didn't watch the splashdown. I guess there's probably news stations I could have watched, but we just watch streaming TV, and I don't watch much during the daytime at all. So I probably will go see about finding the YouTube video or something and and watch it after the fact. But that's the story here. Anyway, it's been rainy and drizzly here, kind of cool, so I've been kind of taking it easy, and I got a shot a couple days ago, and I haven't had a whole lot of energy. It kind of zapped me. Anyway, that's pretty much the story here. I think I'll just send it back to you. Back to you, Steve. Not Steve. Back to you, Rick. WB6NPM, KK7UZL.
All right, Leon. Yep, like I said, as fast as my noise level hit me, it went away, as did the rain, and now the sun's starting to come out ever so slightly here. So noise level is good. All is good here. Thank you, Leon. Good signal. Rodney, K7DLI, over to you.
K7DLI, thanks, Rick. Appreciate you running the net this morning. Overcast here in the 40s this morning, so good temperatures, but still no rain. Been pretty dry. Interesting splashdown video. We had some conversation on a previous net about how laborious it seemed to be for them to get the astronauts out of the spacecraft and back to the ship. Had about 40 or 50 guys out there in boats on the water and swimmers in the water, and major process to try to get the flotation stabilized. Back in the old days, as I recall, they pulled up in an inflatable and pulled them out and stuck them in the boat. I can't remember which of the Mercury astronauts, when he touched down, he blew the hatch and jumped out, and the capsule filled with water and sank to the bottom of the ocean. I can't remember if that was Grissom or who it was, but things have changed over the last 50 years. They were pretty careful and dotting all the I's and crossing the T's yesterday to get them out. But that's a feather in their cap. They did a great job, and we're back on the racetrack. It's been a long time coming. Wishing everyone the best. Have a great weekend. This will be a one and done for me. But thanks for picking me up. K7DLI, back to net.
All right, Rodney. Yeah, those are my thoughts, too. It seemed to take them forever to get them out of there. And yeah, you're right. That was Grissom that the hatch just flew, he kept saying, but we don't know. I don't even know he knew. Thank you, Rodney, and 73 to you. I appreciate you being here. Ben, KA7PWN, over to you.
I had to turn the radio off there. I had two radios going there. Good morning, Rick. WB6 MTM, K7PWN. Good morning to everybody in the gang there this morning. Well, this is, like I said who it was, but we're at Clackamas, Oregon. 47 degrees and overcast and slight drizzle. As far as the splashdown was concerned, I started watching it when they first started putting it on the air there. They had a special channel on TV for it. It was fantastic watching that thing fly through atmosphere and come down into the or stratosphere, I guess, into the atmosphere type thing. All the flames and everything. And what, God almighty, how those people stay safe in there. I had 2 minutes of, not minutes, but moments of apprehension when they deployed the main 3 chutes there. It seemed like it took a long time for those things to billow out. And I thought, oh my God, that thing's not going to slow down. Those chutes aren't going to work. And it worked fine. The guys lit. And then they spent a lot of time circling around there trying to find the doggone capsule. I kept saying, hurry up and get there, hurry up there and get there. It didn't look, what they showed there, it didn't look like they had any flotation devices on that capsule around the ring of it or anything. And then, of course, as they got close-ups there, then you can see where there was some, I think they were on top or something there, some sort of a flotation situation. But other than that, it was a fantastic show. I'm glad still sticking around to be able to see it. I don't think I'll be able to see Mars if they ever have it, but we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to say 7-3's Rick and go in there and rouse the rest of the house up and go out to breakfast. So we'll turn it back to you. And hope everybody has a great day. So WB7 NPM, K7PWN, 7-3, my friend. Take care and have a good one.
All righty, Ben. Well, thank you very much for that as well. And you have a great breakfast. I'm thinking about the same thing after I dropped the car off. So. And thank you, Ben. 73. Alpha Golf 7, Echo Romeo. John, over to you.
Yeah, good morning, Rick. And good morning to the net. This is Alpha Golf 7, Echo Romeo in Chelan, Washington. Well, it is raining here this morning and overcast. It looks like we're going to get rain for the rest of the day. I did not watch the Artemis II recovery yesterday. I was busy with other things, so I guess I'll have to catch up on that later. That said, I'm going to be one and done, so back to you, Rick.
All right, John. I doubt you'll miss anything. They're gonna hammer it to death, I guarantee you. Appreciate you, John. Thanks for being here. 73, by the way. Alpha India 7, Papa Lima. Bill, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Rick. This is Bill, Alpha India 7, Papa Lima here in Duval, Washington. 50 degrees this morning, 76% humidity, and barometer's pretty steady, about 29.5. Let's see, yeah, we had some nice weather this week, but the rain's moved back in for the weekend, so we're dealing with that right now. It's not really dumping right now, but it looks like it's got the possibilities of doing so, and so the dogs will be dragging mud into the house pretty soon here. Didn't really get a chance to watch it live, the recovery live yesterday, but I caught up with it on YouTube later. And it was interesting, but, you know, I was a little bit underwhelmed by the whole mission. It seemed like it's 50-year-old. It's 50-year-old technology. I mean, we did it 50 years ago. So, you know, I was kind of disappointed that it didn't land on myself. I mean, you know, they took a trip around the moon, but you know, it seems like they should have been able to put together something a little bit better for the amount of money they spent. It seemed like a little bit of diversion from some of the problems we're having here on Earth, myself, but that's just me. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a good morning, and we will talk to you all on the 7-3 round, if we have one here. Whiskey Bravo 6, Nancy Papa Mike, Alpha Indy 7, Papa Lima. Back to that, Rick.
All righty, Bill. Yeah, I had that same thought. They're running a very similar profile. So, yeah, they did back in the should already be building condos up there. I don't know. All right, Bill. We'll catch you on the 73. Looks like we may have one. It's going quite nicely here. Curtis, K7KRT, over to you.
Good morning, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Curtis 37KOT here, running Bertha, country lots then. Yeah, I'm really you're still getting rain outside. Illinois is 96% chance of rain. It's been storming here all morning. So anyway, yeah, I didn't want to return. I knew it had to be about time for them to get home. I wasn't really keeping up on because of my blindness. And not only that, my sample partly be my wife. I don't know, my son ended up with it. Now we got this Roku TV that Dolores has, and it is so inaccessible to the blind, it's not funny. It's terrible. And so the TV's out. And maybe I'll listen to it on YouTube, but it's not the same as watching it. And like last week, I had to check out early because of a breakfast I had to go to. But yeah, I was 9 years old and I watched the whole Apollo thing as much as I could. I can remember them landing, the whole thing. And so that, Walter Cronkite and getting emotional and all that stuff. It was just fantastic. And I collected models and books and all kinds of stuff on the space program. Wanted to be an astronaut. My diabetes eliminated that. Yeah, I had to laugh at Bill's remark about it's sort of a waste, but you know, if I was a healthy man to take that trip at somebody else's expense to go around the moon, how fantastic that would be, even if you didn't land. Anyway, that's about all for now, Rick. I'll hand it back to you. We'll catch you on the 73 Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike. This is Kilo 7 Kilo Romeo Tango, back to control.
Very good. Little rough copy there, but I did get some of that, so appreciate you taking the time to check in with us.
W6BWS, over to you.
Okay, good morning, Rick, to you and everybody else on the net. Well, very good. I guess the needles all look good here, so I think it must be getting out a little bit. So anyway, first of all, weather, we had 40 degrees this morning, warmer than it kind of has been. We've been down in the 20s sometimes, but I think yesterday was 39, now we're 40 degrees, and 48 right now, and probably be in the mid-50s today, something like that. And very overcast skies, possible chance of some rain coming in today and tomorrow, and then clearing off, I think, on Monday or somewhere in there, and then back to rain again, I guess, for a while here in Durango, Colorado. Otherwise, yes, we did watch the splashdown and all the things going on and so forth. And one thing just crossed my mind too, I guess, is the big improvement, I think, anyway. And I might have this wrong, but I know a lot of the booster rockets now come back and land on Earth, I believe. To the extent somebody can correct me on that if I'm wrong with that. But so that to me is a big cost advantage that they've made over the years. But like a lot of people said today, there's not a whole bunch to do. The same concept is still going on, landing in the water and so forth. So anyway, that was quite different. But we enjoyed all the thing, and I think they're doing a tremendous job, that's for sure. So with that, that's all I'll say on it, and back to you, Rick, WB6NPM, W6BWS.
All right, Al, very good. Well, thank you for that as well. Yeah, I don't have the answer to your question, but maybe somebody does. VA7DLC, Mark, over to you.
Hey, well, thank you very much there, Rick. Hope you're doing well there. WB6NPM. This is Victor Alpha 7 Delta Lima Charlie up here in beautiful British Columbia, where it is 51 degrees and cloudy. It's going to go up to 63 today. It's going to rain. Let's see here. I did not get to watch it. You think I would, I had many ways to watch it. All kinds of live streams on YouTube of the splashdown, but being a Canadian, and there was a Canadian on board too. They had a great conversation with the Prime Minister, by the way. I did watch that. But it was Shawarma Friday yesterday, so I had to drive in town to get dinner because the special is off after 6 p.m. So long story short, I listened to it on the CBC radio. Not the same impact as actually watching it on TV, I guess. But you know, they didn't do too bad because these guys are radio, a woman and a guy, and they are radio broadcasters, so they know how to bring things to life without video. So it actually sounded pretty good. And I don't mind them plopping them down in the ocean with parachutes. You know something? They did a lot of research into that. There's a lot of, and they come up with a way that works. It's probably cheaper, more effective, and safer. It works, so they stick with it. And I think they should stick with it. I mean, landing them back on Earth, the amount of extra fuel you would have to take, the extra cost, the engineering, and somehow just parachuting gently into the ocean to me just seems a lot safer than trying to land this thing on the planet. I mean, landing on the moon is one thing, not a whole lot of gravity. Lots of gravity. So I'm all for splashing down in the ocean. I think it's dramatic. I think it adds a little bit of flair to the end of the trip. So I want to see them stick with proven and working technology. Anyway, Rick, I've been blabbering on long enough. I'm going to stick around for that world famous 73 round WB6 NPM. Back to you from Victor Alpha 7 Delta Lima Charlie.
All right, Mark, very good, and thank you for that as well. Let's see, Bob, N3 KLW.
Well, good morning. Good to hear everybody. Some signals really came up, and some are dropping away. NPM, you're 20 over now. At first, I had you about S7, sounding good. Yeah, we watched the splashdown and a lot of news afterwards for a couple hours and so forth. It's an exciting thing, but I just felt like something was missing, like landing on the moon. Anyway, I want to see something that has more accuracy, like land in Lake Erie. The ocean Pacific is huge. I think it's neat, though, they landed on the West Coast instead of over in the Atlantic. It's kind of neat because it was close by. I could feel the heat from that shield. It's one of the most dangerous parts of the mission, of a few, but landing. We saw the one spacecraft over Texas just fall apart from the heat, and the tire was inside somehow overheated and blew up and blew the spacecraft apart. That was just such a terrible thing. Crazy things can happen coming in when you're going fast, 25,000 miles per hour. The heat shield's all burning white from the heat. Wow, it's just something we don't deal with all the time. But glad things really went well. We're excited about that and glad there was safety and they can share some of the things that they did in space, experimental. Anyway, I'm one and done this morning. Hope everybody has a great weekend. And it's a beautiful morning here now. It cleared up. There was some rain that went around us again. It always does. So we could use the rain in the future. Been very dry. A lot of pollen, a lot of dust, but it still looks beautiful. 73 from N3KLW. Back to you, NPM. Thanks for all you do.
All right, Bob, just looked at the meter, 25 over S9 here. Beautiful signal. Thank you, Bob, 73. Catch you next time. Mike, W0RSR.
Yeah, WB6 NPM, W0RSR. Yeah, real good, Rick. You finally came up out of the noise. Been good coffee the last half hour or so. Over S9 now, like we normally are. So we had good coffee. Yeah, you first came on, I couldn't hear you at all on the radio. I had a S7 noise level for some reason, but that's gone away. So, and your signal came way up. There's sunny skies here. I think it's going to be around 91 or 2, something like that. A beautiful day here. We did get a little rain last night. Interestingly enough, Bob, if you're still listening, it was just a little. I noticed the patio furniture was wet this morning, and some of the pavers out there were a little damp. I'm sure it didn't rain very much, but at least it settled the dust a little bit, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I watched the the splashdown yesterday. I almost forgot about it, and I tuned into the CNN, and I saw that they were starting to cover it, and I just got in on it when the capsule was coming down, and I kept thinking, I hope those parachutes keep going like they're supposed to. It's really coming down fast. The little guy on the radio or on the TV would say, the elevation is 50,000 feet, and then the next thing I know it's 10,000 feet. I'm thinking, whoa, the chutes is still haven't deployed, so I was a little worried about that, but nobody else seemed to be. They all came out just in time and all like they were supposed to. So anyway, it was an exciting moment. We'll stick around for the 7-3 round if there is one, Rick, and listen to see how everything goes. WB6NPM, W0RSR.
All right, Mike. Yeah, I tuned in about the same time there, too, and same thought, exactly. Anyway, Mike, thank you. Appreciate that. This is Whiskey Bravo 6, November Papa Mike, Rick here in Escondido, California. That concludes our first run-through of the list this morning. This is the Early Bird Net. Anybody else like to check in?
Whiskey Alpha 7, November 6, November Yankee X-Ray.
All right, Kilo Whiskey and NYX. We got you. Anybody else? All right, Rod, KW, go ahead and take a turn.
Okay, good, Rick. Thanks. WB6MPM, WA7KW, and boy, what the difference about 25 minutes make. When I got on here, I couldn't hear you at all direct, and very little on the SDR, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you just bumped up to well over S9, maybe 10 over, and that's where you are now. So very, very good signal. We did have, believe it or not, a little bit of rain yesterday, a downpour, but it didn't last more than 5 minutes. But at least that's, we do know that it doesn't rain here anymore. We've had a real dry winter here. So, Rick, I'll turn it back to you. If you have a 73 round, we'll be here, and hope you're talking all right. WB6MPM, WA7KW.
All right, Rod. Well, thank you for that, and good to hear you this morning. Greg, N6, NYX.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. WB6NPM in the group, N6NYX here in La Mesa. Well, I'm sure everybody's given a weather report and the space landing report, but do people know that this weekend at the convention center it's a big coffee show? And so I inquired for tickets because I'm a coffee aficionado and have my own espresso equipment here. $250 a piece to get in, so I think I'll pass on that one. So I stayed home and did some experimentation. I've got Farmers Union Bursa Bensa beans from Sidamo, Ethiopia. Well, these have notes of fermented tangerine on the front end, so I'm playing around with temperature. And at 194 degrees brew temperature, it smooths it out, brings more of the coffee taste in, and at 212, more of that fermented fruit taste, just with that one change. So it's a lot of fun getting the flavors out of coffee beans that you're not going to find at the usual coffee roasters that are more dark beans than the light stuff that I prefer. So, birthday party this evening in Laguna Niguel. The Ford Flex is gassed up, $5.30 a gallon for regular at Costco here in La Mesa. So I don't even want to look at what the total was to fill the tank in that car. But looking forward to that after Renee gets home from work. We'll probably take off around 5:30 or something for that. So anyway, that's all that's going on here. Same rig, Kenwood TS850, kilowatt out the 10-Tech Centurion. The 238 tuner shows nothing coming back. Loop antenna about 35 foot up, mostly horizontally polarized, 272 feet of wire, fed by about 40 foot of open wire line, all made out of THHN 12-gauge solid house wire. So that's it from the radio desk here. WB6NPM and 6NYX. I'll hang out for the 73 round as well.
All righty, Greg. Very good. You know, you can think this is silly, but I never thought that there'd be a homebrew style coffee people.
I know about the beer guys. I have a friend that's got all the equipment, and he actually had a beer produced that he sold, and with this ugly mug on the bottle. So I never thought about coffee. Appreciate that, Greg. Opened up my eyes here a little bit. Anyway, this is WB6 NPM again, and let's do a 73 round. We got some time here. Bob, WA6 NEA, back to you.
Alrighty, thank you, Rick. WB6 NPM, WA6 NEA. Well, we'll say 73. See everybody. Looks like we got more rain on the horizon here, but we could definitely use it. We're supposed to top out at 62 today with rain off and on, so we'll roll with it and maybe even get a trip to the lake. I don't think we're going to have much as lightning storms, and swimming, you're going to get wet anyway, so I might as well do it. WB6 NPM, WA6 NEA.
All righty, Bob, 73, and thank you again for being here. K6, the GBW, Brian. Well, sir, see, now there's your signal. Back up to 20 to 30 over where it belongs. I guess the atmosphere just wasn't properly lubricated from the sun yet. Good set today. Interesting conversations, nice perspectives on things. And my little take on the space thing is the reason everything takes so long now is risk tolerance. Back in the 60s, we had these super pilots that were fearless, and they would come back into the atmosphere guiding it with a joystick, screaming Yahoo the whole way. Now we've got, moms being shot into space, so the public's risk tolerance is a lot lower. So, hey, we got to check everything 3, 4, 6, 10, 12 times and sign some documents. Now we can go to space. So that's my spiel. I'll be back tomorrow for more Fun and Adventure, K6 GBW. All right, Brian, great perspective. Thank you very much for that as well. 73. WD9, DWD. Don, back to you. Yeah, I kind of thought you might have said one and done. N7TSQ, Joe.
Well, thank you, Rick. N7TSQ here. Uh-oh, prop. Anyway, thanks for doing the net. Good one and a great question. And hopefully we'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Yeah, have a great day, all. N7TSQ, back to net.
Thank you, Joe. 73. KE7RTV, Steve.
All right, but thank you, Rick. Nice net. Really enjoyed it. I was thinking, I don't think they had to be. Can't pull out the word when the astronauts came back from back in the 60s. They had to go into a chamber for 10 days, an isolation type chamber. To be separated. And I know these guys never left the ship, but I just wondered if they had to do something like that, or if they will, if they actually land on the moon again. Now that we know it's a little bit safer. So anyway, I love this net, Rick. Thank you, and we'll look for everybody tomorrow. Worcester Bravo 6, November Papa Mike. This is Kilo Echo 7, Romeo Tango Victor.
Alrighty, Dave, thank you, and 73 as well. N6 YDP, Rick.
Real good there, Rick. Hey, great net. Really enjoyed it, buddy. Signal held up really well. Kind of odd conditions. Well, guys, it's time to take little Miss Evie out to make sure the perimeter's clear and their neighborhood's on lockdown. N6 YDP, thanks, buddy.
All right, Rick, 73, and thank you for being here. K9BRD, Dan.
All right, Rick. Well, another fun net in the book. Good to hear you this morning. Hope your plans for today work out with moving that outfit there. So with that, God bless everybody out there. And I do mean that. Have a great day, and we'll see you again tomorrow. K9BRD here at the Bird Nest. The big chirp chirp to everybody. Rick, back to you, my friend.
All right, Dan, 73 as well. Alpha Bravo 7, Whiskey Echo, Phil.
Thanks for doing the net today, Rick. I think it was Ben mentioned something about the deployment of those chutes. I did look up, and they could lose a main chute and not have a problem. So at least there was some redundancy built into those. Hope everyone has a great day, and I'll turn it back to you. This is Alpha Bravo 7 Whiskey Echo.
Okay, Phil. Well, thank you very much for the addition there. Appreciate that. KG7GM, John.
WB6 NPM Kilo Golf 7 Golf Mike. Phil, tickled my memory of yesterday. One thing I found interesting is as you watch the main chutes deploy, they kind of looked like they weren't gonna, but then they slowly opened up, and then they explained that if they deployed them too rapidly, there'd be 6 or 4 puddles of biological material on the bottom of the capsule from the G-forces involved in the shock of that. So they pretty much think of everything there. So anyway, 7-3, everybody. Have a great day. Kilo Golf 7, Golf Mike.
All right, John, 73. I thought the same thing yesterday. KD7QDL, Joe. K9CZI, Jake.
B6 NPM, K9 CZI, real good. Not much else here other than a comment about decontamination. I remember reading somewhere that the Mir spacecraft, the Russian one, was developing a fungus growing on the outside of the spacecraft. So that is a real disconcerting thought. So anyway, back to you, Rick, K9 Charlie Zulu India.
All right, Jay, very good. KK7UZL, Leon.
Okay, Rick. Yeah, I'll just say 7-3, everybody. I don't know who's doing that tone on the SDR, but it's very obnoxious. Anyway, back to you, Rick. KK7UZL.
All right, Leon 73, and thank you for being here as well. Alpha India 7, Papa Lima, Bill.
Oh, thank you, Rick. You know, with all those plumbing problems they're having up there, I was kind of thinking about who was the first in line to get into the head. I imagine it was quite the scramble there. Anyway, I hope everybody has a good day, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. Whiskey Bravo 6, that's Pop Mike, Alpha India 7, Papa Lima, 7-3, Rick.
All right, Bill. And the millions they spent on that thing as well. Absolutely amazing. K7KRT Curtis, over to you.
Okay, Rick. Well, I'm coming in better on the SDR now, thank goodness, because I heard how weak I was last transmission. I really don't have anything to add, so this will be ground control. Back to Alpha Golf 7 Echo Romeo. Nope, I got that all wrong. Whiskey Bravo 6 or better Papa Mike, that's why I didn't make an astronaut. This is Kilo 7 Kilo Romeo Tango. Back to you, Rick. Thanks for doing it.
Well, you are welcome, Curtis, and good copy on the SDR. Appreciate you sticking around as well. 73. Al, W6BWS, over to you.
Okay, very good, Rick. Well, enjoyed the net this morning. Great question, and it's interesting. I learned a few things about it, that's for sure. So with that, 73s, everybody have a great Saturday. WB6NPN. W6BWS.
All right, Al. Well, this is absolutely great people out there. Everybody's got a different, slightly different take, and it really makes this thing work. Appreciate everybody on the net here who still may be listening. Mark, VA7DLC, back to you.
Hey, thank you very much there, Rick. Great topic this morning. Steve mentioned people having to go into contamination. I think that was just on the moon missions where they had to go into 10 days of decontamination or into sealed up airstream trailers. I don't think if you don't leave the spacecraft, I don't think you have to do that anymore. And I don't think any germs are going to make it from space down to Earth after re-entry. I think all that stuff pretty well burns off. So I don't think we have to worry about space COVID just yet. Anyway, I don't know what kind of vaccine cures that. Anyway, great topic, Rick. I really loved it. I'm going to send it back to you. 73 to you, 73 to everybody. WB6 NPM from Victor Alpha 7, Delta Lima Charlie.
All right, Mark. Well, thank you again for that, and 73 to you. W0RSR, Mike, back to you.
Yeah, W0RSR, great. Good morning, Rick. Enjoyed all the comments, especially regarding re-entry procedures and everything. That was an exciting thing to watch. Hope everybody has a great Saturday. 73 all. We'll look for everybody next time. WB6 NPM, W0RSR.
All right, Mike, very good. Still booming signal, 73 as well. Rod, WA7KW.
Okay, good, Rick. Not much more here. Still copying everybody in pretty good shape. And I meant to tell you a while ago the weather's going to be only today high to be that way for another week. Back to you, Rick, and hope you're copying all right. WB6 MPM, WA7KW. Good morning, all.
Yep, 100% copy, and you are an S7 this morning. But like I said, 100%, my noise level went away. Greg, N6NYX, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. Well, I got a bunch of homebrewing stuff around here, including a roller mill. I learned how to brew straight from grain when I was about 19, 20 years old. And that's taking a back seat because I can only drink so much beer, but I can drink an awful lot of coffee. WB6NPM in the group, FunNet, N6NYX.
All right, Greg. Well, I sure appreciate you filling us in on all that. Like I said, I had no idea, but that's why we do this. This is everybody's so different on this net. It's terrific. Anyway, we are about a minute over here. The coffee mug people are very patient with us, and I appreciate them as well as everybody that's just checked in. So 73 all, I'm going to QSY to 20 meters, and the coffee mug early check-in start a half KC lower right now. WB6 NPM, QSY.
AB9GY.
Up here. I got Duff and let me see, AB9G Wider, got you, and N7NEU Portable. You're loud and clear. How are you today?
In and out, Neil. In and out today. Roger.
Roger, in and out, Gary. Good signal, though.
Neil. Got work to do. 73 to you. Be back hopefully Monday or Tuesday.
Roger. Well, Portable's working. Okay, so Duff and Bill and Gary, who else?
Good morning, Neil.
All right, I don't think that was more of a triple. I got MOS somewhere in there. There you are. You going to be here?
Neil, I'm going to be in and out this morning. I got stuff to do.
Okay, MOS. And Charles, are you on frequency? No. All right, MOS is in and out. Who was the last one, the other one?
Kilowatt Golf 6, Delta Victor Echo.
Oh, Delta Victor Echo. Good morning to you, John. You going to be here?
Roger.
Coffee Mug Net, WA6ECAT.
All right, I got you there. Who do I got? Looks like, okay, Charles, you're online. You going to do the spreadsheet today?
Yeah, I'll do the spreadsheet. I'm just switching between the SDR and the
on the air. By the way, you got WA6EKS here also. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm turning the sheet over to you.
K6ODI, in and out, Neil.
Okay, Mike.
K6BYR, W6EKS.
Yankee, mobile. Yeah, I hear you, Jim. K6BYR, I'll be here for that.
You are really, really light here, Jim. W6EKS.
In and out today. Thank you, Jim.
Sorry to hear that.
Whiskey Delta 9, Delta Whiskey Delta. I'll be here for net